Welcome to today's Awareness Wednesday. I'm Taylor Bunn, Executive Director of Hope for All, and today I am at Milkweed Farms in Grand Prairie. So I'm here with Tammy Chan of Grand Prairie Homeless Outreach Organization and Milkweed Farms. What is Milkweed Farms?
It is a micro enterprise, a tiny little business launched to help our homeless who are interested in learning agricultural skills to grow a plant that is necessary for the environment but also beautiful for the homeowner, and they can earn dignified wages while they're working with us. So they get paid to work out here, and the funding that they earn is based on our plant sales. Okay,
and so these are the same friends that you work with when you take out the meals to the camps and things like that. And so how do you find people who are interested?
Well, we did a newsletter for our friends. It's a newsletter just to the homeless, and told them that we were launching a series of micro enterprises and that Milkweed Farms in Grand Prairie was the first one. And we asked them to let us know if they're interested, and we had quite a few that are interested, and we just followed up with them. And we will recruit more later, but we wanted to start with those who showed an interest first.
And so I went to your composting class, which was really fun, and several of your homeless friends were there as well. So is that a similar venture?
It was part of this.
It's part of this. Okay.
Yeah, because later you'll see we're compiling materials to have our own compost here.
Okay.
So I don't know if you noticed, it's Milkweed Farms. So it's more than one farm, and this is our nursery where we start the plants. But we have a tomato and onion farm at another site where we did the compost class. And then we have a church that's interested in partnering with us for a vegetable farm.
Okay.
And then we have this milkweed nursery. And then as our homeless learn more, as our farmers learn more, they can take some seeds and start them at their own camps and tend to them, and then bring them, or we'll help them pick them up and sell them. Okay. So their campsite could be a farm too. Yes, we're growing weed, but it's milkweed.
Make some money. That's right. That's right.
Milkweed.
Milkweed. It's the okay weed. And so the hope is that by learning these skills, they're learning how to garden, they're learning how to compost, then they can move on from working for you and start working on their own, get some more hours, and then hopefully transition out of homelessness?
Possibly. Right now we're just trying to have a triple win, really a quadruple win. One is grow this plant that the monarch butterfly needs for its caterpillars. They're an endangered plant. And so that's one of the reasons. Another reason is to educate the community about the monarchs and how they need this plant to help the homeowner have a beautiful, drought-tolerant plant that's good for the monarchs, and to teach these agricultural skills to our homeless. So we hope they'll earn dignified wages. We know right now it's not enough money to keep someone going full-time, but we hope this enterprise will grow and we'll actually be able to hire them. They'll learn skills that they could use to do their own thing. They could become employable at like a Mike's Garden or another place, but also we want to hire them. We want to create jobs where they're tending our farms and earning the money. So our first weekend that we were open selling our milkweed, we made $1,120. So if we can grow enough of this, I feel like we can make that happen.
Yeah. So where can our viewers find milkweed? Where do they buy it from you?
From us, they can contact us by our Grand Prairie Homeless Outreach Organization Facebook, which is at GPHOO81 in the search bar. Our phone number is in there too. We are not ready yet to have a regular sales weekend. We have to grow some more inventory, and as we get people trained to do that, it'll grow. So really, we got wiped out so fast this year We'll probably have 1 or 2 more sales before the fall, and then do maybe 4 more sales this year. And then next year we'll be prepared to do even more.
That's great.
Yeah, and we're not just growing milkweed, we're growing also some pollinators that you know, the bees love. These plants, every one of them is good for bees, and then with the pollinators, the adult monarch butterflies need the nectar.
Okay.
The baby caterpillars eat the milkweed leaves. So when we sell you a milkweed, we want you to know they may eat up all the leaves, and it'll look bad for a little while, but it won't kill them.
Okay, okay.
So this is a sample. This is a sample butterfly garden that we're just trying to show you what you might want to do to attract the monarchs. So we've got our tropical that's just growing beautifully. And then we've got green milkweed here, and this is just another flower that's going to flower to indigo blue. That's cardinal flower. I love that. And the hummingbirds love cardinal flowers.
Oh.
Yes, blue sage, and this is sedum. This is swamp milkweed. It's going to make a pinkish purple flower. And butterfly weed. This is the antelope horn. I think I saw it's about to bloom. I thought I saw one maybe on the other side. We've got different sage plants. This is blue mist. This is a great plant for your yard. The butterflies love this. They love this. Oh, I lost my seat. Different examples of flowers that you might like to have. Gaillardia.
That one's so pretty. I like that one.
Yeah, we're going to harvest the seeds. What's kind of fun is this sage is dropping its seeds, so we'll harvest these little seedlings like this.
Mm-hmm.
I just harvest from that one, and I'm going to take this over here. Put it in one of these cups that doesn't have one in it. That's what we did with all of these. And we'll grow an adult here. And we'll sell those later.
So does milkweed keep coming back?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It'll grow back every year, and it'll self-seed itself every year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just have to get it out there and then let it do its thing.
Yeah.
Tammy, I once killed a cactus. Can I make milkweed grow?
I would suggest antelope horn milkweed for
Okay.
you.
Okay.
It's the kind of milkweed that when you're driving down Texas highways and you see this big green-white flower attached to a plant, nobody's watering it, nobody's caring for it. It does fine without anything.
That's
So
for me.
I think you'll do fine.
That's for me. Why are pollinators so important?
Well, we need to have the nectaring to call the bees, and that's actually the bees, and the insects that come are the pollinators.
Okay.
But the plants call them, and they help to make your plants recreate. You know, you need to have the male and female action there. You know, so. When the bees and the butterflies touch the pollen and go to another plant, they're helping the plants to grow to seed and fruit.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, we have to have all of these being pollinated, or we're not going to have food. It goes beyond pretty flowers in our gardens to our food source depends on pollinators.
Absolutely.
What are some of the more uncommon pollinators that people might not think about? I know everybody thinks bees, pollen. What else is a pollinator?
Ants.
Ants?
Yeah.
Are pollinators?
Yeah, absolutely. When they traipse around your pollen and they get it on it and they go to another plant, they help pollinate.
I feel kind of bad for what I did to some ants yesterday.
Yeah, ants are pollinators. Beetles, the bad bugs that you don't like are also pollinators.
Huh.
You have to be careful, because if you're using all kinds of pesticides, insecticides, and all of that, you're killing the good bugs too. So,
Butterflies.
yeah, butterflies are pollinators, sure.
Hummingbirds, right? Did I make that up?
I don't know that they're pollinators. Maybe if they're, I don't know. I'd have to research that. I don't know everything, but
I'm gonna fact check that before I put this video out in the world.
I would. I'll learn something.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. And so you picked milkweed because it's good for this area.
I picked milkweed because the monarch caterpillars are having such a hard time.
Okay.
So much of their plant source, which is the milkweed, gets mowed down and taken away in development.
Okay.
And so because there's not enough milkweed, when the monarchs come from Mexico and they're looking for milkweed, they don't have anywhere to plant, you know, to lay their eggs. So we're experiencing a terrific decline in monarch butterflies. They're just shy of being on the endangered list.
Okay.
And even Texas Parks and Wildlife has a whole program on rangelands to try to encourage ranchers and so forth to keep the milkweed.
Okay.
Thankfully, cattle don't like to eat it too much, but we just don't have, especially in urban areas, you know, we're not going to have the monarchs come through if there's no place for them to lay their eggs. So I want to save the monarchs. I want to save the monarchs. And you get a beautiful drought-tolerant flowering plant that, you know, it's going to grow anywhere. Usually they need full sun, but they can survive in partial sun. And, you know, also the work thing. So that's why I thought you know, anybody can grow purple coneflower or chrysanthemums or whatever, but not everybody chooses milkweed. Not everybody recognizes milkweed as a beautiful plant. So we're just trying to change the narrative here. Since not very many people are growing it, I thought, well, we'll grow it, we'll become specialists at it, and so far it's working.
You're always looking out for the underdog, Tammy Chan.
Yeah, and I'm looking for the little niches that nobody else is doing. You know,
that's so important.
Yeah, because I don't want to duplicate effort. You know, I want you to come get our plants because you can't find them anywhere else.
There you go.
Yeah. So I'm gonna rescue some of our seeds that are about to fly away.
All right.
And this is how we propagate them. So you can see these beautiful pods. As they mature, they start to crack open, and they have these little wispies. And if you don't catch the wispies, your seeds will fly away.
It looks like a dandelion.
Kind of, yeah. It's like a whirligig. And I may see it floating away.
Yeah.
It may land somewhere and propagate. So this is our goal, to catch these.
Okay.
And then what we'll do is, depending on what species it is, some of them need a little cold snap. These do not. This is a tropical variety. It's native to Mexico. And if you buy this from us, you have to promise that you will cut it back in the fall because it stays flowering too long. And the butterflies will stay too long. So in the fall, you have to cut it back about 6 inches.
Oh.
This just flowers all summer. What we do is we put those in water. I don't know if you can zoom in and see the little tails.
Yeah.
If it has a tail, it's ready to plant.
Yeah. I see the little tail. Okay.
That means he's ready to plant.
Okay.
And so then when they're ready to plant, we put them in these seed cups and we water them. And then we just keep upgrading them to bigger and bigger pots.
Okay.
Ooh, I see another one ready to open.
Wait, so what are all these different varieties?
Well, I've got swamp milkweed here, and it makes a beautiful purple pink flower.
Okay.
This is more the tropical from which the seeds are about to pop. I've got butterfly milkweed, which makes a orange flower. And let me show you over here. They're just beginning to bloom. So these were grown from seed. And as it matures, it'll make these beautiful orange.
That's the butterfly one? That's pretty.
Yeah, butterfly weed. This is a milkweed. And the reason why it's called milkweed is if you break a stem, it'll make a white milk. Watch it not do it. Yeah, it'll come out in a minute, but it makes a white milk, and some people are allergic to it. This is my favorite species. This is antelope horn.
That's the easy one you said even I can grow.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's going to make these beautiful, giant, big green and white flowers.
So, Tammy, how else can people help? We know that we can come to you to buy milkweed when you're able to sell it. What else can people do to help Milkweed Farms?
Well, we can use some volunteers in spite of the fact of having a bunch of farmers, you know, as they get employed and things like that, we could use more people to help. If you buy a plant from us, save the seeds and give them back to us and let us propagate more plants. If you want to come out here and volunteer and help care for them, water them, we could assign you a day and you would be the one to water that day, because we have 3 projects now. And, so that would be helpful.
Okay, volunteers. And if you go to the Hope for All homepage and go to our donate button, you can also select Milkweed Farms as your designated recipient for the rest of June, which is pollinator month. So we want to help celebrate Milkweed Farms and bringing in the pollinators. So also feel free to just hop on over there and make a donation, and we will get it over to Milkweed Farms. Tammy, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you.
And good luck with Milkweed Farms. We can't wait to see what you do.
Yeah, more to come. Milkweed Farms is going to branch, and it'll be milkweed and vegetable farms and all kinds of things.
Sounds great.